So this is going to be one of the biggest parts of mindset. And that is going to be positive thinking, guys. So positive thinking is so important because the more you focus on the positive, the more positive you receive. The more you focus on the negative, the more negative you receive. I know a lot of bad things can happen to us, and we can't control it, but we can control how we respond to it. So if you focus on that negative instead of the positive, then you'll notice that you'll get more negative, right? I like to say at the end of your day, always count the positive things that happen. Always remember that you're alive and you have another day tomorrow to execute. Because a lot of times at the end of the day, we think of all the negative and then we sleep with that and then we wake up and we're in a negative mood again. So optimism is that it takes no account of the present, but is a source of inspiration, vitality, and hope where others have resigned. It enables a man to hold his head high, to claim the future for himself, and not to abandon his enemy, guys. All right, so here's the problem with negativity. Negativity repels success. You see the negative in everything. You think failure is final and you soak it in instead of learning from it. So like I said, like when you focus on the negative, you're only going to see the negative in everything. You're going to attract more negativity. Whereas if you see the positive in everything, like, glass half empty versus glass half full, then you'll be able to kind of benefit from that. And like, for example, if you fail one day on your nutrition, like you eat something unhealthy or you miss a workout and you have a negative mindset, you'll say something along the lines of, look at what I did. I'll never reach my goals. Not because, you know, I'll never reach my goals. Not because you're in that thought process. You're going to continue to self-sabotage and revert back to bad habits versus if you were to say, you know what, I messed up, but I'm gonna get right back on it because I really want to achieve my goals. And the fact that I care about me messing up means that I prioritize my fitness in the first place, which is super, super important. And that's the way you want to look at things. You want to look at everything with a positive perspective because that'll keep you going. Once you start looking at things with negative perspectives, you're going to start backsliding, going backwards. Another thing is you cannot have negative, thoughts and have positive actions. It just doesn't make any sense. Just like you can't have consistently positive thoughts and negative actions. So negative thoughts result in negative actions. And then, of course, negativity is going to affect your behavior, your attitude, and your self-belief. It's going to diminish self-relief, right? And when you believe less in yourself, your actions will show that, right? You're not going to show up to the gym. You're not going to show up for yourself. And a severe example would be depression. When you're depressed, you obviously are thinking very negatively. You're not even taking care of yourself because you don't believe in yourself, right? So change your perspective, guys. When you believe in yourself, positive thinking becomes easier, guys. It goes hand in hand. Your current circumstance doesn't define you, guys. Like if you're going through a lot right now, but you have a plan to do way better, then that hope from that plan is what's going to keep you going, and getting through those current circumstances, you'll eventually get to where you want to get to, right? But if you focus on your current circumstances and you don't focus on the plan that you have in place in order to get to your goals, you're going to be very, very negative and you're never going to move away from that, right? So if you think too far into the future, you'll have anxiety. If you think too far into the past, you'll have depression. So focus on the present moment, do everything that you can to reach your goals and to get through it. Just like in nursing school, what keeps you going in nursing school? You know that your end goal is to be a nurse, right? Work as a nurse. You'll be making money. You'll be doing way better. You'll have a better routine versus when you're in nursing school, it's like super hard. If you just focus on that, like focus on how hard nursing school is, then you're just going to fail. But if you focus on the end result, where you're going to get to, and you stay positive, you look at glass half full, then you'll end up, reaching your goals. All right. So like I said, don't fixate too much on the future or you'll be anxious. Be present in the moment and control what you can. So let me tell you a story. All right, I'm gonna tell you a story of positive thinking. This is one of my favorite stories. It's a true story, and I have my own kind of story on it too. I'll go over that after this. But so there was a failing student. He was a horrible student. He got horrible grades. He hung out with the wrong crowd. He would be smoking during class. He always got in trouble. He basically had no future after high school. He assumed that he would drop out, and like his mom thought he would drop out, but his mom was always like, just make sure you at least take the SAT, right? Just at least take the SAT. And then he was like, okay, whatever. I have like a 2.5. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to do anything after, high school, right? So he promised his mom he'd take the SAT, and he did. Now, he didn't expect anything from the SAT. He didn't expect anything. He was like, you know what? I took the SAT, cool. I don't know, like whatever, right? Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? So he took the SAT and then the scores came in. And when they came in, he got like a really, really, really high score. He got almost a perfect score. So yeah, like I said, he got a perfect score. He literally got a 1500 out of 1600, and people, including his mom, were like, "Dude, you had to have cheated." And he was like, "No, dude, I swear I didn't cheat. I just took the test." So he enters his senior year and starts attending classes consistently, stops hanging around kids that skip school. Because he got that higher score, it gave him a little bit of hope, and he started applying himself more. So teachers started to see him going to class, and they started treating him differently, knowing that he got that high score, right? So he ends up going to college, going to Ivy League, and running a super successful business. Now, I know what everyone's thinking. I know what you're thinking when you're watching this video. You're probably just like, "Oh, yeah, he's always been smart. He just needed like a test, a standardized test to kind of show how smart he is." But that's not true, guys. So apparently, 12 years later, he gets a letter in the mail from Princeton, the SAT board, saying that the year he took the SAT, he was one of 12 students who received the wrong score. So his actual score was a 740 out of 1600, not a 1500, right? When he was interviewed, he said that people thought that he changed when he got the high SAT score, but his life really changed when he started acting like the person who got a 1500 out of 1600. The power of being before you become, guys. Like when you start acting like the person that you want to be, and you start doing the daily habits, you start the thought processes, you stop thinking negative, you stop self-sabotaging, you stop hanging around the wrong crowds, you start to see the results that you want to see, and you start to become the person that you want to be, which means that you're going to get the results that you want to have, right? Be, do, have. When you become the person, you're going to do the things, and you're going to have what you want, right? So when you really believe in your goals truly, you'll begin acting differently. Actions will align with your desired destination, guys. That's why it's so powerful to think positively and focus and think about your goals. Think positive thoughts only. Stop thinking negative and really focus on your goals. Read your goals every single day and really believe in them for real. Put energy and power into them. And of course, you're going to start incorporating better habits, eliminating bad ones. Like I said, who you surround yourself with is going to be super important, because if you really believe in your goals, you feel it, you'll get offended if someone doesn't support you, right? Or someone says something negative. That's how serious you think about your goals, right? Positive thinking is important, but so is realizing, like I said, be, do, have is so important. Be, do, have, so important. If you're feeling discouraged, just remember your current circumstances do not define you. And if you want to have what you want to have, you got to be the person that deserves that, right? Which means, obviously, like I said in the other module, if you want to have everything you want to have, you can't be, if you want to lose fat and keep it off, you can't be pressing the snooze button, right? You can't be, "Oh, I don't feel like it." You can't be saying, "I'm not going to meal prep." No, you need to show up. You need to show up, right? Manifest your dreams. Constantly think about your desired outcomes. Affirm your goals through daily affirmation, guys. Remember to think positively. Glass half full, not glass half empty, guys.